Hey, welcome to Park 3 of my Europe theme park trip. Today I'm in Flevoland, Netherlands. Today I'm here pretty early at Walibi Holland, and it looks quite a bit different from the other Walibi. It still has kind of that Six Flags flair. This is the main reason I came here, was their new ride. It's a new RMC concept, Yoy. It's a dueling coaster where one side is a family coaster and one side is a thrill coaster. So you got the blue side and the green side. Very excited for that. Probably gonna go straight to that. Very excited. Other than that, I know almost nothing about this park. Going in blind again. Hello from Flevoland in the Netherlands, where I am at Walibi Holland today. This park is so unique. It really is different than everywhere else I have been so far on this trip, and anywhere that I've been in America or Europe. A lot of the coasters are very unique, and then you have Disco Mexico Land. You have a haunted house as the queue for Rock and Roller Coaster. You have an old wooden coaster that they tore down and used it as scenery. And then, of course, RMC'd it, which, yeah, Untamed is awesome. We'll talk about that later. Also, food
This
and
is
vending
your
machines
passport
at a
to
theme
the
park, and a soundtrack on a ride. All of this and more. Is a little bit more of like an entryway than the other Walibi had. So yesterday I was at Walibi, Belgium. You can watch that. There were 11 parts. It's like 30 something minutes total, but you can watch the pieces that you want to. And today we are at Walibi Holland. This is really interesting. Like, the first part of the park is this indoor section here. There's actually a ride up here, Express. Interesting. I might start with that. And actually, this queue opened up slightly before the park by about a minute. So I'm gonna see what Express is. Platform 13. It's the same exact tiling as they use at Harry Potter or the Ministry of Magic at Epic Universe. Interesting. And it's in English and about Nevada. That's interesting. Well, it can't be too crazy. Take your belongings with you on this one. This is legitimately creepy. Well, that's like a fun house. And there is actually a ride at the end of it. That is so cool. All right, I'm excited. This is one of the best queues I've ever experienced. I should rank those. This would be probably top 10. So the ride itself was an outdoor version, other than the launch, of Flight of Fear. It's the Flight of Fear clone, one of the premier launch rides. Great launch, very fun, but that queue, it got me built up for it. I didn't know what was going to happen. I thought that was really awesome. Now you walk out into a grand plaza that has a big Ferris wheel that I will not be riding. Don't like those. They also have a stage. Wonder if they use that for anything. By the way, when I get home, my plan is to upload all of these parts into full videos on YouTube. Yeah, they'll still be vertical, but I can't put more than 3 minutes per Instagram video, or else no one will see it. So, yeah, thanks for clicking through all the parts for me. Well, the rapids are open at this park. Look, the high is 60 today. That's a heat wave for over here this time of year. Got some light Mexico theming here, which is interesting all the way around the world, because there's also a Mexico at Fantasialand. It's interesting. I'll be riding that piece of crap later. I'm guessing it's a piece of crap. But heading straight to Joy. Yoy. They call it Exotic World. Like fake spray painted buildings. This is completely different from the other Walibi, so I'm just like taken aback. It's very interesting, but very different. Kind of crappy looking drop tower. Not that tall either. So we're in a mildly racing themed area, and it's very American. Like the accents are American. In general, this park is a lot more bilingual, a lot more English here. Like a lot of the ride names are in English or Spanish. Feels like an American theme park. A kiddie coaster called Eat My Dust. I love that. And it's in like this junkyard themed area. It even looks like a dune buggy. All right, so this mess of spaghetti noodles is the new ride Yoy. It's the only one of its kind right now. It's by Rocky Mountain Construction RMC, and it's 2 single rail coasters intertwined. One of them is thrill, has inversions, has speed, and the other's a family coaster, but they intermingle and race together. I think it's a great concept. Definitely gonna try to ride both of these. Love that you can see the whole ride from the outside, and it is huge. Oh yeah, this is awesome. And just so you know, it is a lot of walking to get back to this ride. It's only like the 3rd ride I've passed, or 4th, and it's been over half a mile for sure. This looks like a prop you would buy off of Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. That's really cool though. And you enter Yoy through this tree. Let's start off with the thrill side. This ride does close 15 minutes before the park does, which is interesting. With how heavily themed the other Walibi park is, it's surprising to see that this one really isn't. It's light theming, but it is kind of like Six Flags-esque. It's not in a bad way at all yet. We'll see. But I think that, you know, so far it's very clean, very nice. It's just not super thematic. First time I've ever seen this too. Every ride has a wait time if there's 1 train running or if there's 2 trains running. And I think there is only 1 per side running right now. There was on Express, only 1. But we will see. Oh yeah, they're rolling straight in. So just 1 train per ride today, I think. But I mean, there were like 10 cars in the parking lot when I got here. I think we'll be all right. So you know how some foods are made for Instagram? You just eat them because they look pretty. You realize they don't taste that good. Well, that unfortunately is Yoy at Walibi Holland. It's not particularly bad, but it's just elements that happen in no particular order with no climax. And it's here. Not bad, but it's definitely not worth the long line it gets because of the awful capacity. You know how some foods are just made for Instagram? You eat them because you see a pretty picture of them, realize it doesn't taste nearly as good as it looks. Yep, that's Yoy. I thought this would be really, really good. It just wasn't. It wasn't particularly bad, But it's just a bunch of elements, and the elements on their own are fine, but there's no climax to the ride. Just like element 1, element 2, element 3. And actually, I just rode both sides. The blue side is quite substantially better than the green side. There's actually more airtime on the blue side. The first hill you get is a pretty good drop because you get some airtime going over that, where on the other one you flip over instead. So it's more inversion based, where the blue one is all about mild pops of airtime. I would call blue pretty intense for a family coaster, and green is pretty lame for a thrill coaster. So I don't know, find your in between, I guess. I thought I'd be rewriting this. If I do, it'll be the blue side. Less wait time, plus it's the better ride. But so far, Express is the ride to beat for the day. This was actually the first one. This is the outdoor portion of it, back here by Yoi. This was actually the smoothest version of this ride I've been on, and I think I've now been on all of the versions of this ride. Yeah, looks cool on Instagram. So I fully expect this one to be my favorite ride in the park. Looks like a miniature Millennium Force, and I like Millennium Force, despite a lot of people not. Yeah, we'll see how it is. Well, the ride got stuck. Got about 5 feet into the ride and it stopped moving. And we sat on the tracks for about half an hour waiting to be released. You know, that's the way it is. Sucks, but hopefully it'll be open later. They did give me compensation, which interestingly enough is good for any ride of your choice, including a ride that does not have fast lane. You can enter through the exit. I've never seen that done. I don't know if there's any rides that don't have it, but I'll keep that safe. I'm assuming it will open up later. It seems like it's just a cable lift, you know, off track or something. And I know a Millennium Force that happens quite often. It takes about an hour to get it back up and running sometimes, and then usually you're good. Let's try out the kiddie coaster. Eat my dust. Not much to say there. It's a 2-lap special though. More American parks need to do that on the kiddie rides. Like, give them 2 laps. But I mean, this one's... it's not the most boring ride. For little kids, I'm sure it's great. For adults, yeah, I'm probably too big for it. But I don't care. They love their W's. They are everywhere. So I know that these food vending machines are famous in Amsterdam. Oh, they have them at the park. And they have little snacks for like $4. That's not bad. And like all the other food here, it's deep fried. They love their fried food in the Netherlands and Belgium, that is for sure. I don't need to look this up to tell you what it is. It's the Vekoma SLC. Same as Vampire was yesterday. Same as the, I think 37 of them in the world. Like, it's just the most overcloned ride. This one's from 1994. It looks cool though. I like their little like Mexican disco theme that they have over here. Exotic. And they do have a single rider line. At both Walibi parks that I've been to, usually the single rider line is inside the fast lane. Sometimes you gotta go into the fast lane to even find a sign for single rider. But most of the rides do have it. So if you're by yourself, or if you're just with one person, you don't mind being a ride apart, check it out. It's weird that this is the second ride that tells you to chill when you're about to go on a thrill ride. The color scheme on this is wild. Orange, pink, and green. This is out of some like Nickelodeon roller coaster tycoon playbook. But I actually like this. I mean, I said yesterday, I don't think SLCs are that bad. This one has the upgraded vest restraints, which thank God, because this is one of the most rough SLCs I've been on. But with the vest restraints, it actually wasn't bad. Yeah, I like this more than I liked the green side of Yoy. Coaster enthusiast hot take. SLCs aren't that bad, especially when they have the vest restraints. But even when they don't, I think the layout's actually a lot of fun. Is it overdone? Absolutely. Do we need, 30 of these? No. But is it fun? Almost all of them are. There's a couple exceptions. This one, Condor at Walibi, Belgium, it's fun. But this one, Condor at Walibi Holland, it's fun. Well, I've never seen this before. I came down a pathway and yeah, there's a float. I don't know what this is. Like, am I supposed to wait here for it to come over? Like, people just walked over on it, and I really don't know. Like, it's crazy. Like, there's just a dead end at water. I have never, ever seen anything like this. I'm at Walibi Holland, and this is a dead end in the park where you just can just go through the water, I guess. Don't think you're supposed to, but it's right here. And the raft is over there. I think you actually like pull yourself on the raft, so you'd have to wait for someone to pull the raft towards you and you would pull it back. That is very interesting. All right, about to check out the wilderness. Okay, I low-key forgot this was here. Untamed. This is an RMC ground-up hybrid coaster. But look how cheesy it is. I love Be Brave. Like, what is this? Toast and freaking fresh wrap? Ice creamy? This is so weird. Again, English everywhere. It's weird. I can't imagine being in a park in America or England and having like just Dutch written everywhere. Spanish I can imagine because, some places that's pretty much what is spoken. But anyway, I am very excited because I forgot this existed. Untamed. Cool greenhouse theme in here. Guess the woods are going out of control. But again, light theming. So, it's the same color scheme too. This is like a baby Steel Vengeance. It is extremely, extremely good. It's actually more varied, I would say, than Steel Vengeance. But it has the same kind of head choppers under the wood. First drop's not nearly the same, but it's got a lot of the same stuff. It is really, really good. Second best coaster of my trip so far. Only behind Conda. The Conda was shockingly good. That was amazing. This one, this is probably a top 10 coaster. I've probably added 3 to my top 10 in 3 days. Pushes 3 out. I will be doing a ratings for my European trips, and I'll probably just have a video with like my new top 20 or something on it, because this is just blowing it up and it's fantastic. My biggest complaint about this park is that every single ride is one train ops. Even their most popular rides, everything is single train, which takes forever, especially because this ride is like a 2-minute ride. It's a long ride, so you're just standing there waiting in the station forever. I feel like that's kind of, I don't know, don't love that. Especially because this park is actually significantly busier than the other 2 I've been to this week. So everything, like that doesn't look like a long line, but that's probably, over 30 minutes, maybe 45, even though it's not that far out. They do have signs that tell you like the wait time for 1 and 2 trains. I showed you that, and I think that's cool. But I didn't expect every ride to be 1 train. All right, we got a spray painted castle over here, and it's Merlin's Magic Castle. I'm gonna guess it's probably a madhouse, because that's always a good guess in Europe. And I am not mad about it if it is. Let's see what it is. Like, truly one of the strangest facades I've ever seen. Random teacup in the lake. Oh yeah, it's a madhouse. And there's going to be a pre-show that I can't understand a word of. And it's okay. Couldn't take pictures on the inside, but it's pretty much what would be expected. Not the best one I've been on, not the worst. I will say one thing that Europe does better on this. In America, on the 2 madhouses that we have to have illuminated exit signs, and this is on a lot of rides. We have to have illuminated exit signs on a moving ride. I can see having to have them when the ride stopped. But when you see an upside down exit sign on the very real door, it takes you out of the illusion that you're upside down quite a bit. Looks like their top spin is not open today. Thought I got the one in yesterday. Can't wait for the one at Fantasyland. That one's amazing. That one's a lot bigger. Out. As you can see, you come in here and you go up to the Ferris wheel. You take a left. You have to go all the way around the river rapids to get to whatever you're going to. And then you got a dead end back here at Yoy. You got a dead end, almost dead end back here at Goliath. You go up and around, best rides all the way in the back. And then you get back to the front, and then there's another loop on the other side. Almost no shortcuts, a lot of empty space. For a park with so many rides, I'm shocked to see how much empty space they have. But yeah, it's a long distance between these two. Like, that looks short to get around the rapids, but you also can't cut through the rapids like it looks like. You actually have to go around, unless I missed it. Go through the Mexico exotic area to get to Joy. So this is a pretty cool sign. The 0 zone, but it's all like separate pieces to the sign. I kind of like that. By the way, I'm not complaining about all the natural areas here. It's very nice. It's kind of reminiscent of Busch Gardens Williamsburg a bit, just with how much natural greenery there is. This looks interesting. No clue what it is. I like the alternating colors though. Alright, looks like a Gerstauer. I also got a double down log flume here. I have no need to do that one. It looks like an unthemed log flume and I don't need to get wet. Another thing European theme parks do better is these play areas. They have them everywhere. Just little tiny play areas for kids to play while the grown-ups are on the coasters. Every park in America could do better at that, including the Disneys and Universals. I haven't had breakfast, so I think waffles sound good. Oh yeah, they sound good. Lots of good looking dessert things here. I'm having dessert for breakfast. This looks absolutely delicious. This is about $8, 7 euros and some change. It's nice and warm and it looks fantastic. Got one of these long, it's either Zero or Zamperla kitty coasters. I'm not looking it up, it's not important enough. It's a credit and that's it. So the waffle was as delicious as it looked. Had white chocolate. It's like the hard white chocolate with cherries. Like a good Belgian waffle. Fantastic. Before we see what the black and yellow one is, I walked back here. Let's get a ride on Draco. No clue what this was, but there is no attraction sign up anymore. There's a big building behind it. It looks like it was some sort of maybe enclosed flat ride or maybe a dark ride, but it's nothing now. Turns out this one's called Lost Gravity, which is a good name for an inversion machine. You actually enter the fast lane through a school bus. That's kind of cool. Interesting. If you're 1.95 meters tall or 6 feet, you have to sit in 2, 3, 6, or 7. I'm 5'11", so I'm right on the border of that. Never seen anything like that. I thoroughly enjoyed this one. Way better than I thought it would be. The first drop was actually pretty intense. Also, they're running 2 trains on this one, which is nice. Otherwise, that could be a nightmare. It was already a nightmare of a line, but I had single rider, so it wasn't. Yeah, Lost Gravity. Definitely a nice shocker. That's one of the best Gerstlauers I have been on. As I said the other day, I haven't been on that many. The only good one in America is the one at Knott's Berry Farm. Name is slipping. Hang Time. Hang Time. So this is pretty close to as good as Hang Time, actually. Like, solid ride. Got a kids area. Nothing there exciting for me. We got Playground, which is more little kid stuff with a monster ride, which those are family friendly. They do have a splash battle ride, although it's not open today. Very cartoonish one. Those are fun on hot days. And what kind of theme park would it be if it didn't have a Vekoma boomerang? At least this one looks themed. It looks kind of like the Jolly Rancher ride at Hershey Park. I'll let you know if the theme makes it worth riding. Speed of Sound. Well, it's down for maintenance at the moment. They said it's going to reopen, so I'll come back later. Got a talking fountain that sprays water at you. That's interesting. Does look like Goliath is back open. It has a 6-minute wait, so I'm gonna go try that. I just found out I was wrong about what Express is. Turns out it is not a copy of Flight of Fear. It's actually a copy, almost near copy, of Rock and Roller Coaster. So, and it was a lot better than Rock and Roller Coaster, I can tell you that. Had no clue. So that's really interesting to get to ride Rock and Roller Coaster outdoors. So I won't get to ride the Muppet version, and Aerosmith's gone, but you can still get the horror version. And actually knowing that, I think I'm gonna go ride it again since I've done a full loop of the park. And I am right here anyway. Anyway, I want to enjoy that queue again. Express, which I guess was originally Superman. So yeah, it's not even Premier, it's Vekoma. And those bucket seats are the hardest to get in and out of that I have ever seen. But yeah, lots of fun. I really like that one. So I've done some reading and I learned some things. I've never been more wrong about a park and what I've told you. First of all, Condor is not a clone. It is an SLC though. It's the prototype. It's the first one ever made. So you can blame Walibi Holland for all of your headaches. Also, this wood and some other things in the park are made with Robin Hood's wood when they tore most of it down to make Untamed. And I said Untamed was a ground up. I was wrong. It's the only Vekoma wooden coaster that's been turned into an RMC, which is why it's so different than a lot of the others. I still say it's pretty close to Steel Vengeance, so probably my second favorite RMC. Time to give Goliath another go. It is working. All right, so that's actually just a completely unique Intamin Mega Coaster. If anything, it's like I-305, but it has 3 distinct sections. You start out with the first drop, a couple airtime hills. Then you go into 3 helixes, and then you have more airtime. Some of the best ejector airtime I've ever felt on this ride. It's insane. Definitely front row on the right is the way to go. I got front, middle, and back rows. No wait right now, so that's fantastic. Yeah, it's pretty great. It's a lot more rattly than Intamin coasters usually are, but still smooth enough to be enjoyable, and just extreme airtime and a gray out moment. So if you want the first drop to be really good, go on the back. Everything else, way better in the front. 2 waters for €6. Man, I wish we had prices like that in American theme parks. I guess it's as good a time as any to mention, I paid about $50 US to get in the park, and I bought that on a pre-season sale. So it's about double the price of Walibi Belgium, despite this park not really having theming, which is interesting. I mean, I think the Netherlands in general is a more expensive country. I mean, gas is literally, petrol is about $12 US a gallon. In Belgium, it's about $8.50, which is about the European normal. As soon as you cross over into the Netherlands, 12 bucks. Hit me hard. I got 2 gallons and shot over to Germany to make sure I didn't bust my bank. Over $100 to fill up a little tiny mini car. Crazy, crazy. You think it's bad in America? It is. The gas prices are way worse here. Way worse. Enjoy your $4 a gallon gas. A couple other things I've noticed here, as with Walibi Belgium, there is no construction going on. Maybe they just get it done during the off season, and I can appreciate that. This is early season, like they just opened a couple weeks ago. There was no construction. Every ride has been open today except for there was like, yeah, the one spinner was closed. Other than that, everything's been open other than a couple maintenance issues. So that's great. The weird thing I noticed is there are no gift shops throughout this park. All of the gift shops are at the front. There is not a shop at the end or beginning of any ride, which I find to be fascinating. I mean, like here you can buy a picture, but that's it. They even have like a picture of a gift shop, which I've never seen that. They have a picture of it, but not an actual gift shop. So, yeah, that's definitely interesting. So, you just get your stuff as you leave the park if you want. Also, not too many food and drink places open here, especially in comparison with yesterday. There's a lot of snack places open, but most of the places that serve actual food, like meals, are not open today. So, and that's fine. I got a snack that'll keep me over. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Looks like they have a Halloween event in the fall. Wasn't sure if Europe had many of those or not. I'm gonna give this one more ride. Something else I got wrong. This is not a Gerstlauer. It's a mock ride. Built in 2000. And that's probably why I like it more than most Gerstlauers. Oh, and I am not too tall to ride this on the outside seats. 195 centimeters is around 6'1". So I miss it by a couple inches there. Being tall does not always have its perks in a theme park. I'm glad I've never ran into something I can't ride because of my maximum height. Look at these prices. €2 for a candy bar or some potato chips. That's like cheaper than the gas stations. And then ice cream products, $2 to $4. That's amazing. Ugh. I'm going to be making a video about things that European regional parks do better and things that American regional parks do better, and comparing the two. Prices on food is definitely better in Europe, which is like the Netherlands is an expensive country, so it's very surprising. Now, I mean, and it is generalizing because at Flevoland, they weren't that great, but still they were cheaper than like Six Flags, where a pretzel and cheese is like $16, or chicken tenders and fries is like $25. SeaWorld's bad, and that's why I'm saying just the regional parks. I'm not worried about Disney, Universal. Those all compare to the destination parks, which I will be going to next week. After today, I'm taking a little break, going to Amsterdam, and then I'll be at Efteling for a couple days after that. Well, looks like I won't be getting Speed of Sound. That was going to be the last one. That's fine. It's a Vekoma Boomerang. I will survive without that one. Gotta mention, both Wallabis have lame carousels. That is... ugh. Alright, final thoughts up next. Also, I could be wrong, but it's very interesting. I don't think they serve alcohol at all at this park. There were signs everywhere for it at both Belgian parks. Like, everyone was drinking a beer with their meal at the Belgian parks. They even had 0% beer most places. And I think that's just a cultural difference between Belgium and the Netherlands. Alright, on my way out of Walibi Holland. By the way, I did get a ticket offer, and it's got a unique code on here. It's buy one, get two, or buy two adult tickets, get one free. So if you're Dutch or you're going to be in the area, put a comment down below, and if multiple people comment, I'll just pick a random commenter out of a bag. I doubt anyone will, but hey, I'll keep it just in case. And it's a code you enter online. So thanks for watching. And so my thoughts about the park. I think overall it was a very solid ride lineup. I thought the atmosphere was pretty good. There was a lot of shrubbery, a lot of natural areas. The staff were friendly enough. I mean, I don't even speak their language, and most of them went out of their way to speak English to me. I tried to speak at a minimum because I don't like making someone from another country speak my language. The only time it really had to happen was that I was stuck on the ride and I didn't know what they were saying, you know, for instructions on what I needed to do. Yeah, I know a tiny bit of German, tiny bit of French, a lot of Spanish, but I can't learn Dutch, guys. Like, it's just the hardest language I've ever seen. So, congratulations if you can. But beyond that, I think this was a fun park. It reminded me of a very good Six Flags park. The rides are fantastic. There is theming, but it's minimal. I do like that they play, you know, kind of soundtracks instead of pop music throughout the park. Lack of food, lack of gift shops, and one train operations are my main demerits against the park, I guess you could say. I think that they definitely should be running more than one train on their popular rides. Especially, the lines weren't long today, don't get me wrong. But like, a couple of the rides were 30-40 minute waits just because they decided to run one train. So, you know, is what it is. But yeah, I think this would be a top 5 Six Flags park if it was in America. And I compare it to Six Flags because it's a regional park. It used to be a Six Flags branded park, and I think they do a lot of things right. But yeah, let me know what you think about Walibi if you've been here. If you have any questions about Walibi Holland, Walibi Belgium, or Plopsaland, DM me, or, you know, if you want, just leave a comment and I'll answer it for everybody. So I've done 3 parks in 3 days, and it's been a lot of fun. There's still plenty more to come on this coaster trip, plus more from Europe. This was your passport to Walibi Holland. This is your passport to the world. I'm Corbin.